Today I was running, and this guy passes me in the car. And it's about 100 degrees out here, 70% humidity. And the guy comes back around, looks at me. He pulls his car by me and says, "Why the f are you out here?" I said, "Because you're not." Sometimes your motivation needs to be because no one else wants to do it. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need dentists. We need teachers. We also need savages. This message I do is not everybody. Someone say that soft bullshit about, do you have sunscreen on? This message is dangerous. It's too hot. I'm not asking you to be like me. Do you?
The mind will trick you. And it's saying, just sleep in today, you deserve it. Sometimes you don't deserve it. I've worked too hard. You really haven't worked hard enough. You're growing in a comfortable world. There's no real growth there. The real growth is right now, you don't want to, you know where you should go. That's why you're not there. It's that place where you wake up and you're, man, I don't want to do this today. What people don't get though, the physical is what starts everything. You have to challenge yourself physically every single day of your life. And that's where the growth comes from. Takes the growth in your mental aspect, in your spiritual, everything grows because you start feeling better about yourself. And not many things on the planet make you feel good about yourself, like getting after it, doing something that challenges you mentally and physically every day.
We all have this list in our head, this magical list of all the shit that we don't want to even do because it scares it scares the crap out of us, or it makes us feel like we're not good enough. We all have the list. We all have it. So I had a humongous list of insecurities and crap, being called growing up, and my dad beating the hell out of me and having learning disabilities, stuttering. I had all kinds of just demons that just made me just afraid of everything. And I designed this program myself. When I realized I had this voice, we all have this voice in our head, whether you believe in God or whatever the hell you believe in or don't believe in, whether you believe in yourself, there's always this voice in our head telling us different things. And the voice in my head, it kept on calling me like, you're just a pussy, man. You are a big fucking pussy, man. You're scared of all this shit over here. And the one thing that I really realized was for me to become a tough guy, and that's what I wanted to be. I saw myself as a very weak man. And for me to be hard and be tough, I had to start going over to that list, to start facing that, because I knew over there, I was going to find a whole new person. Because if I kept on doing the things that made me feel comfortable, I was going to continue being that same person I always was, the lying, insecure, fearful person living this nice, comfortable life of mine. So I just designed a very uncomfortable world for David Goggins. Started with very small goals. It wasn't like I went out there and, I started out real big, and I realized that the big goals were just crushing me, because they weren't happening fast enough. And I had to start making big things very small. And I had to take a lot of pride and a lot of satisfaction from the fact that, I had to lose 106 pounds in like less than 3 months, which was an impossible task for anybody to do. So instead of looking at 106 pounds, man, I was happy to lose a pound. I was happy to run a quarter mile, because you know how it is as a power lifter, man, you're not running anywhere. For me, when I was a power lifter, man, I was so crazy about calorie content and losing calories that I hated even walking to the refrigerator. I didn't want to lose any calories, because I knew losing calories meant losing strength. So I was a freak about all that stuff, man. So I had to totally flip my mindset about all that stuff and just find very small goals and start achieving them, being proud of myself through those small goals that I accomplished. I found great power in facing my fears. And by doing that, it gave me such confidence to stand in front of a lot of people, because I now know what a lot of us are going through, so much shit. But I had the guts to face it. I had the guts to tell people how messed up I am, how messed up I was, the struggles I'm going through. Very few people have that in them to do that on a public platform. And that gives you a lot of confidence. When you finally get to the point when you really mean, I don't give a fuck what you think about me, there's a lot of power in the fact that you can stand up in front of people and look at them, and if you mess up or if you start stuttering, you don't care. And to have that kind of mindset, I'm finally there now through facing myself. So yeah, all those things, I don't fear too much anymore, man. And if I do, I attack it. We all talk about time. We don't have enough of it. That's bullshit. What you don't do right is you don't prioritize what is important in your life. And for me training and the things that I do on a daily basis, that's how I start to build my armor. My mental armor starts to get built up by doing these things that are uncomfortable for me. So I still hate running. I was a big guy twice in my life because I like to gravitate towards the heavy lifting and also big time eating. I love to eat. I love to lift. So running is very uncomfortable for me. So I do that every single morning. Every time I get up, I will get it in no matter what happens during the day. I will put off meetings. I will put off whatever. I will escape. I will miss a meal. I will do whatever it takes to get that exercise in. People out there will think I'm not happy. And I am happy because this is my lifestyle. This is what I want to do. But trying to find your best self, you become unbalanced. And people always talk about this mythical creature called the balance. You want to be balanced. And I think balance is a bunch of bullshit. If you want to be great at anything, the Michael Jordans, the Tiger Woods, the greatest people of all time, all these guys, you talk to these guys, on the surface, they have a life. But I guarantee you drill down deep, man, they are so off fucking balance, and that's how you become great. And I realize a lot of us big guys, man, we got some serious demons. The biggest thing in life that you have to do is you have to be proud of yourself. You have to start developing that personal self-esteem. And it has to be something that it's an internal thing. And it has to come from a lot of hard work and dedication. I walk around life with so-called headphones on my head, man. I don't, really wear them, obviously, but I just have these earmuffs on that I silence out the noise. I silence out the judgment. I silence out the self-doubt. I silence out all the naysayers. And, those people get in our head, and then we start getting in our head. And the most important conversation we'll ever have is when we have it ourselves. And like you were saying to yourself, man, I'm dumb, I'm this, I'm that. I was the same fucking way. So if that's what you're constantly repeating to yourself in that internal conversation, man, that's who you're going to be. And my biggest thing for these people who are out here is, honestly, man, you have to start callousing over that victim's mentality. You have to start building this mental armor that no matter what anybody said, that you can be in a room full of 1 million people and all million can be like against you and calling you names and whatever. And you be like this, you know what? Roger that. You can go fuck yourself, man. 'Cause I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing. That's the kind of self-esteem you have to build in yourself, man, in this kind of society today, because it's tough. It's tough out here nowadays.